thank you very much for attending this morning. I know it's a big commitment for people to come along at this hour of the day. I don't propose to say anything other than introduce myself as Eugene Hogan. I'm moderating today's event. Of course, it is what it says in the tin. It's all about ideas, and doing a small bit of research in this in advance, I didn't come up with anything much better than the fact that good ideas are common. What's uncommon are people who work hard enough to bring them about. So quite simply, it's a time for us to look ahead, get ideas and get us out of the position that we're in. And without further ado, I want to hand you over to our organiser for today's event. It's Senator Alan Kelly, and Alan will talk for a few minutes and then we'll go into full session. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Eugene, and may I start by thanking everybody for attending today's event. I begun this concept a number of months ago, where I was sitting at home and I got a phone call from a friend of mine in Ballina, Killaloe, who had just found out that he was going to lose his job. And I spoke with him for about 2 hours, and then I spoke with a number of other people who were also in difficulties in the Midwest. We've all been affected by the circumstances around the last number of months, and I felt it was time to do something in order to address this and try and contribute towards the debate as to how we can move forward. So I thank you for coming here today and sharing what promises to be an exciting moment for this region, when we have contributors of this calibre coming to contribute to the current discussion on where we are going to move forward. Now, why are we here? They're here in a demonstration that we're living in such tough times that the time for bickering and infighting amongst people has to stop. I firmly believe this. Many people are angry, and many more have every right to be angry. However, the extent of our economic difficulties are too severe to waste too much time putting our energy into unproductive channels as we remain frozen in anger. This will not see us through what is an extremely difficult situation. Only yesterday, a national newspaper had a headline that 9,800 jobs will be leaving the Midwest. Across Limerick County and North Tipperary, you have 450 people a week being added to the dole queues. This is the situation before Dell closes its doors on its local manufacturing plant, which proved to be much of a hub in this region. This is something that's not only a blow to business in the region, it is a blow to the self-esteem of the people involved. It is an extra strain on the parents of the recently unemployed who wonder how they will send their children to college next year, or how they will cope with one car less. Let us not fool ourselves. Our financial system and the very platform with which we have built our economy is under threat. Our banks are not lending, and our business life is being put severely to the test. That is the world we live in. It is tough, and possibly it will get tougher. It will put us to the pin of our collar, and we will be forced to take a long, hard look at ourselves and see who we really are. And who are we? In my dealings with people every day across the region as a politician, I believe, no wait, I'm convinced that we the Irish are extremely resilient. This conference is about demonstrating that in the midst of such tough times, there are many people willing to engage proactively to find a solution. And I see this as being hugely positive. This recession, I feel, has awoken a spirit amongst the people that has not been seen for a long time. I firmly believe that every man, woman and child in Ireland is willing to put their shoulder to the wheel and to carry the can, to take on the burden of these hard times and to come through at the other side. I am firm in my belief that Ireland can have a brighter, bigger future, but it will take time. I am coming to you today as a relatively young people. I'm just 33 years of age. I hope you still consider that young. I'm sure many of you would say, sure, Alan Kelly's only that age. He's never seen a bad day in his life. Sure, it's easy for him to sound positive. However, my own family have been through their hardship. When I came into this world, my father had lost his job in Farinka, and we unfortunately had lost our house to a fire. So I saw my parents work hard, work night and day to put myself and my brother through college. Many Irish people, whether multimillionaire or on the edge of poverty, are willing to work hard to get us out of this current malaise. However, they do not need a cause or solution. They do need a cause and solution that can bind them together for the sake of recovery. They need to know that with the right solutions and right ideas, a roadmap to recovery can be set out, and there can be a bright future for the next generation. That is why we are here today. The truth is that no one body, government, corporation, private sector or public sector has the sole wisdom that will see us through these difficult times. Nobody is preaching that or selling that, may I add. However, if we can create a forum where we can foster the best and most innovative thoughts and ideas from across the broad spectrum of business and sporting circles, then we can map our way forward. Then we can fight for some real and tangible ideas to implement and put into action. Then we can identify where we need to pool our resources and where we need to work the most. Then we can start to look at the future in a positive light, in the knowledge that this recession will one day end, but Ireland, the Midwest and its people will emerge stronger than before. We can then look to a future where we have an economy built on entrepreneurial spirit and smart thinking. It is an era where entrepreneurial innovation should underpin all our thinking and policy. It should be an era where we can make the best, brightest and most innovative products and sell them back to the rest of the world, and foster a democratic society that is based on fairness, transparency, and one that rewards hard work. What I define as entrepreneurial innovation is a society where the tax system, government policy, the banking and financial system, and the education sector are all linked together to create a common goal of making the most cutting-edge products the world has ever seen. Let us not underestimate this challenge, but let us set it as the goal for me, you, for everyone else, to prove that this country can be a world leader in an economic sense once more. In order to do this, we must make the provision of world-class broadband the single biggest priority from an infrastructural point of view in this country, as important as rural electrification was during the 1920s and 30s. It should be an era where we can build a society where our country can be full of small, flexible businesses staffed by the most skilled graduates on the planet. This is the Ireland I will fight for and stand up for and work towards. That is the Ireland I know many of you want to work towards as well. I'd ask you all, panellists and speakers, to engage in this project so that we can see how we can face the current challenges together. Thank you.